Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So, I'm just getting back into journaling consistently. And in today's video, I wanted to do a journal entry on why I haven't been journaling. So we're going to talk about the 6 reasons why I haven't been journaling and my personal roadblocks when it comes to journaling. If you have struggled with keeping up with a journal in the past, then I hope that this video will help you. And if you struggle with the same issues that I do, I'm also going to give you some tips and some things that you can do to overcome these issues. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm using the journal paper download from my Etsy shop and the flower sticker book from Happy Planner in order to complete this spread. So why don't I journal? Reason number 1, I feel as though I need to be the best version of myself on paper. I don't know who I think is actually going to read this journal, but I believe I just have an innate fear of my kids reading it or losing it and someone finding it and reading it. But the struggle with perfectionism is real. So writing down my shortcomings and failures and putting down all of my fears and anxieties on paper, I have struggled with it. And I believe it's because it puts me in a super vulnerable place that I just don't like. And even though I do want to get better, and I know that journaling is super therapeutic if you allow it to be, I believe that I have struggled with that vulnerability being on paper. So this is something that I'm currently working on, and so I will just write little things here and there to let myself know that it's okay to write down your shortcomings because no one's perfect and you're constantly working on them. The second reason why I haven't been journaling consistently is I have been struggling with what to write. So the opposite side of not wanting to write anything negative in my journal is not having anything to write in my journal. Sometimes nothing is happening, and I felt as though when nothing was happening that was really journal worthy, that I didn't want to write anything. And many times I have sat down with my pen and paper and just not really had anything to write until I came across a post on Instagram that really helped me with this overall feeling. And the post was discussing how you need to celebrate life's little moments. The amazing cup of coffee that you had this morning, the conversation with the kids on the way to school, and even your afternoon walk should all be documented in your journal. Keeping track of life's little moments is just as journal worthy as keeping track of the big moments. So now I document everything. Reason number 3, I wanted to set aside too much time to write in my journal. I felt as though I needed an hour every single day in order to journal properly. I needed to be sitting at my desk. I needed to light a candle. I needed to have a cup of coffee, my sticker books, and nothing but time on my hands. But in reality, sometimes I only have time to jot down a quick journal entry note while I am waiting in line at the bank. Sometimes I would squeeze in 5 minutes before I started my day because I had to rush and get things started. And that's okay. Once I stopped boxing myself in, I found myself writing more often. I realize now that all I really need is 10 minutes. Of course, I love to set aside those long journaling sessions, but they aren't required for me to be able to reap the benefits of what journaling can bring into my life. So if you only have 10 minutes, then set aside those 10 minutes that you have and write in your journal. The fourth reason why I wasn't journaling consistently is because I felt as though I needed to write something down every single day. So sometimes I just wasn't in the mood to write anything down, and man, I always felt like I was failing at my practice of journaling because I wasn't writing something down every single day. But I really had to learn that sometimes your routine will be thrown off. Sometimes we feel sick, sometimes we're tired, sometimes we just aren't in the mood, and that's okay. Giving myself grace is a huge part of this journey, and especially when you're trying to add in new habits. And just because I'm not writing something down every single day doesn't mean that I'm not a writer. So now if I don't feel like journaling, I just don't, and then I will try again tomorrow. The fifth reason why I wasn't journaling consistently is because I was using the wrong notebook. So I felt as though I needed to have a bullet journal style notebook in order to keep up with my journal and to journal correctly. But I realized throughout my journey that whenever my journal was a separate notebook from my planner, I wasn't using it often. It could be the binding, the paper, the size of the notebook, but the way that you journal actually matters. For me, I needed my system to be super, super easy. I needed my journal to actually be within my planner so that I was able to use it and be able to access it super, super quickly. And so it's the same thing with any type of style of notebook or planner. If it's not working for you, then you definitely need to take into account how you're going to use your journal, what the size is, and what is the best system for you to make sure that you're actually going to use it on a consistent basis. And the sixth reason why I wasn't journaling is because I needed to skip the details. So this is something that I know I have personally. It's a personal hang up. I don't know if you may have it as well, but many times I wanted to recall every single detail of a memory and add it into my journal. Sometimes I wanted to print out pictures. I wanted to have exact quotes, but I really wanted to get into the weeds of all of the details of every single thing. And if I could not remember it all, I didn't want to document it at all. And so I know that that was an extreme way of thinking, but many times I felt like if a memory wasn't complete, then I felt like I wasn't really giving it justice within my journal. So I have let that go. That's another form of perfectionism that I know that I personally have, where I want it to be perfect even on paper, but skipping the details, only writing down what I could remember and making sure that I got the gist of what I was trying to say is still a big part of journaling. So those were my issues with journaling and the steps that I have taken to help me improve my journaling practice. I really do believe that journaling has helped me over the last 2 months, and I'm happy to be getting back to it. And in Friday's video, I will be sharing my favorite journaling tips. So make sure that you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and also like this video because it does help me out with the YouTube algorithm. And I will see you guys on Friday. Until then, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye, guys.